Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this KEPEAK LED flashlight. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. Okay, it comes with a case. So the case is kind of a plastic, it's kind of a hard plastic. It has a net in here with the charge cable, and here we have the flashlight. I'll get the instructions out. We'll take a quick look at it. So you want to read the instructions here. It has some precautions like don't look directly into the light. If it's on for an extended time, it can get warm. So it has a battery gauge on it. So it has 25, 50, 75, and 100% charge. So this flashlight has two different main modes, and then it has 4 different settings on one and 6 on the other. So I'll go over those, and here's some problem solving on the backside. So this flashlight is also water resistant. So let me get this out. So here you can see the LED chip in there. And if we pull that back, you can focus it. Here's the charge port. And the cool feature of this one, if we twist this, it has a lantern built into the end. Like so. This also has a lanyard on it, so you can put this around your wrist and you can cinch it up, or you could hang it from something, and this unclips here. So you could hang this from a hook on a tent. And since it has a lantern in there, you could use this to illuminate your tent. So I'll put that back on. So first let's try charging this. So this charges with USB Type-C. It comes with a cable. It does not come with a charger, but you can use a USB charger, like for a phone. So I'll plug that in here. Plug it in here. So it's currently charging at 0.74 amps. So that can vary depending on the state of charge of the flashlight. And we can see here the blue light is flashing. So according to the gauge, that would be charging at the last 25%. So red is low, blue is high. So for the water resistance, you'll want to make sure this little thing is closed. Let's try this out. So we can press the button here to turn it on. And then we can change the focus by pulling this. Press it again, it goes into a lower mode. And it goes into one lower. Now this next mode will flash, and there will be flashing lights throughout the rest of this video, so you may want to turn off if you're sensitive to that. So here's the flash mode. So then it has this other button here, which is for the lamp. So I'll press it, it turns the lamp on. It goes through the lamp modes. So that's the yellow, this is the dim yellow, that's white, that's dim white. Let's hold it down now. And there we have red and flashing red or flickering red. That's not coming through on camera super well. I'll see if I can get better video of that later. But if you had an emergency on the side of the road, you could turn that on and that would alert cars driving by that you're there. Now I do want to point out when this is on, if we turn on the main light, it will shut off the tail light. So you can only run one at a time. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll see the light that's cast on the wall about 10 foot away, and then I'll take it out and show it in the dark at about 50 foot away. Okay, so I'll turn this on the main mode. So this is wide, and I can narrow it out to a spot. I'll turn it on the slightly dimmer mode. And that's the dimmest mode. And there's the flashing mode. So you can see this has a very even light. Now there's a little discoloration on the edges, but that's only on the edges. The middle section is very clear, so that helps you see detail in the dark. If you look at older incandescent flashlights, you might have seen rings in them. These modern LED lights tend to be much clearer. So if you're looking at something far away, you can put this in spot mode and you can see at a distance. If you're looking at something up close, you might want it on that flood mode. Now I'm going to turn on the lantern mode, although I don't know that you'll see it. You can just barely see it lit up from 10 foot away on the wall. The lantern mode would be more for close-up activities. Okay, so here we're back at my bench. I'll turn that lantern on and you can see it lights up my whole bench. Now, you could hang this up. It's going to be darkest right under it. So if you're hanging, you might want it hung to the side if you need to have more light. And that's the yellow light. Let's go into the, get that back around here. It's the dim yellow, and there's the white light. Let me turn that to the red mode, and there's that red flicker mode. So now let's test this outside at about 50 feet. Okay, so it's not quite pitch black out, but I think it's dark enough to show this light. So I'll turn it on, and I'm about 50 foot from the garage doors in front of me. And there you can see the garage doors, and this is the widest beam, and you can see it's pretty large. It lights up the whole front of the garage, and then I can zoom this in to just a few feet across. And I don't know that it's showing up here, but you can actually see the pattern of the LED there. You can just dial this into a specific size, so I can get right to the size of the garage door. Of course, I can also turn that down to the lower modes. So here I put it on the lantern mode on the red flashing light, and you can see it right in the middle of the garage there, flickering. Very visible. So that's the KEPEAK LED flashlight. This thing's just chock full of features. It has the multiple lighting modes on the flashlight. It's adjustable so you can have a spotlight or a floodlight, and then it has that lantern in the handle. So if you're going camping or something, you could take this as your one flashlight and pretty much do everything with it. This would also be a good emergency flashlight. So if your car breaks down, you can use that floodlight to look at your engine. If you're changing a tire on the side of the road, you can have that lantern out there to notify people that you're there. I really like the construction of this. It feels really solid. Now this has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. The Amazon description lists the runtime between 8 and 12 hours. Now it has lots of modes on it, so I don't know the exact runtime for each of those modes. So here I'm at my laundry sink. I can turn the water on. I'll make sure that charge port thing is closed. So this would work well in rain. Now this is not a diving light, so you don't want to take this diving, but it should be able to handle being left out on a picnic table overnight if it rains. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.